Welcome to the Koffe Brown Show, where we stir up conversations as rich as your morning coffee.
What's going on, family? Welcome to this week's edition of the Koffe Brown Show. And we have some of the usual suspects in the building tonight. What's going on, fam? What's popping, man? All of y'all ain't been here in a while. Jason, the other Jason is the only one missing.
Man, we feel so special to have you.
What's up?
Especially you, Doctor. Especially you, Doctor.
Yeah, Doctor. Give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you.
Yeah, glad to have you back.
I miss y'all. I miss y'all.
Yeah, and then we got your girl Dupree in the building.
Dupree is here in the building.
In the building. Where they at, Joe? Where they at?
I'm happy to be here.
And of course, Jason's and he gonna blame it on us. Wait till you get on here. Watch this. I'm gonna watch this, y'all. So, Jason, what's going on with your technology?
I don't know, and why you say I'm gonna blame it on you? I still heard you.
Use an error.
I don't know, but every time you play the commercial, you know it does that. I don't know why.
Yeah, man, because you have an Apple phone, sir.
Oh, don't say it like that.
Hold on, Android.
Yeah, man.
Oh, now Android.
Hey, man.
Android is a whole religion. Hey, girl.
Hey,
Hi,
Android is a whole
Michelle.
Android has never let me down.
Never let us down.
Okay.
So, do that mean
Never let us down.
Does that mean you're supposed to stay together because it never let you down? Is that what
Right.
If it ain't broke,
Don't fix it. Why you messing with it?
Oh, my God.
And if it ain't broke, then don't try to fix it.
It sounds like a green bubble me.
Just the base of Mitch Alpine Blast. Oh.
But no, I haven't figured it out. It's like ever since we went to this new format, it always seems like whenever you play the commercial, y'all come back on, I can see you, but I can't hear you.
Oh, yeah.
So it sounds like your phone needs to be updated.
it's an Apple.
Because if nobody else's phone does that and nobody else
man.
gets kicked out, that means it's something on your end, Jason. Would you agree?
No.
He looking like he does not subscribe to that statement.
I don't.
I'm not in agreement with this under any
Right,
circumstance.
right. Say it again. Right.
I ain't buying what y'all selling. That's
So
what
all the people in the studio audience, or the audience, you see how I get beat on around here, right? This is what happens behind the scenes. I get beat on quite frequently.
Well, usually you're the one giving the beating, so
Usually,
Can somebody come with the confession?
Jason is turned.
These are my confessions. Because normally it is Jason behind the scenes talking smack and bullying the team.
I don't bully, but I do definitely talk smack.
Oh, Jason.
He's borderline.
Thank you, Dupree. Thank you.
Exactly, Dupree. Thank you.
Oh, so you agree with Dupree, but you don't agree with me because of the way.
No. I agreed on the borderline.
You know what? I'm done.
So that's what we call it.
She took up for me, quasi a little bit. Thank you.
You know what? I'm done. I'm so done. Okay. Listen, y'all, listen. It's first of all, is 2026 giving us an indication that it is really pissed off with the whole world because it is going by so freaking expeditiously?
Yeah, it's March.
Yeah.
Like, dude, where you going?
I'm trying to catch up.
First quarter out of here.
I'm stuck in January.
First quarter is out of here.
First quarter is out of here. Like, literally, it is. First quarter is going to be a hot, cold vibe. Like, literally. Literally.
Yeah.
What is really happening here, people? And Dupree, you say you still up in January?
I'm still in January mentally. Well, I'll say emotionally, I'm in January. Mentally, I'm in a different year. But spiritually and energetically, I'm just like, I'm not here. What is going on for real? How are we in March? No. If this have not shown anybody anything, all the things that's going on, you need to get serious with your life. You need to take full responsibility for your life and the things that you desire to experience in this life. Because All you have is now. If you're not serious about it and you don't get to experience the things you desire, that's a you problem.
And now it's 12 hours instead of 24 hours going by so quick.
I'm telling you.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You
know what?
Nap,
Seriously.
time speed up.
What's crazy?
I'm scared to take naps now. I'm like, if I take a nap, man,
Yes.
You're gonna
I
miss
might end up
something.
in tomorrow.
You might wake up and it'll be like 2042.
Yeah.
Man, but you know,
It ain't even safe to take a coffee in these streets.
Dupree, you got a point, because I don't really think a lot of people are realizing how fast these days are going by. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, you're so busy, like I say, bogged down with so much watered down fluff.
Yeah.
You don't really pay attention to what's really going on. And then at the end, you figure out, man, I didn't even accomplish half the stuff I was trying
Half
to do.
the stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you get bogged down by this other stuff instead of prioritizing.
All
We
the
talked about that
distractions.
multiple times, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I take a small victory over a large war any day, because that small victory keeps my momentum going. I think
Yeah.
we called it last time consistency, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Hey man, you sound like you was about to start preaching, man. I'm about to reach in my pocket and start pulling out some money to raise
Yeah,
offering.
somebody
Because
passed
the theological
offering plate.
theory of contemplation and proclamation was saying that
And
time
the
is timing.
ramification of Aristoteles clearly states.
Hey. I started singing.
What is happening?
I started singing, then we was talking when we started. We was getting the sermon started. Yeah.
Look like
Right?
y'all, did y'all know Bishop was a whole preacher?
Okay, listen.
Let's
I
wait for
feel it.
offering.
Like
I'm
preacher.
whatever.
I can see it
Whatever
on
the
him. I can see it on you, Vincent.
That's
Go ahead on.
him living in rapid speed. He literally living in his full potential, all lives at once.
Everybody,
Good job, Vincent. Good job. Good job. Let the Lord use you.
Everybody get together. Everybody.
I'm a little bit of whatever the situation needs me to be.
I'm a little
know
bit of
that's right.
country. I'm a little bit of rock and roll.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
So listen. I know we got to have our show banter, but listen, y'all, it is so much going on in the world that it's becoming to the point where we gotta kind of to piggyback off what Dupree and Vincent were saying. It's like we gotta do an analysis of what is most important and what is most important right now in our life's to-do list. I was thinking and processing, and I was talking with somebody, because we've been having a couple meetings about everything that's going on, how it's impacting the educational system and things of that nature, and what we can kind of anticipate as far as the next generation's exposure to the high caliber education that we've had the exposure to. And what we all have discovered is, unless they have somebody in their corner that is going to be helping them along the way, it's going to be a huge deficit in this next generation of children that are going to be shifting from secondary educational environments, period. It's going to be a major, major defect and a decline in what they're experiencing. Not to say that it was ever like a perfect system, but it was a better system than it is now, with them, shutting down all the schools and just different things like that. And then with the government making the decision to kind of shift degrees into some type subpar, if you're this degree or that degree, and make it seem as though those individuals didn't do just as much work and have to invest just as much time and resources and all of the things to get where they want to get. So there's a lot going on in that sense. And, when you really think about it, that is the greatest thing that we have, is being able to be educated, right? That's something that ignorance is so dangerous. It's not bliss, it's dangerous, because ignorance leaves that big defect of, I don't know this, whereas this is basic. This is not even higher intellect. It's just basic. You don't know the basics. I went and met with somebody today, and she was sharing with me, she was testing some students, and she was just talking about how when she first started dealing with students 20 something years ago, a basic math and reading tests, they could just skate by it. Even if they were not necessarily their grade level, they still could pretty much like figure it out, skate through it. She's like, these children now, they don't have any foundation to help them build upon what they need to do to answer the question. She was like, this kid was 6 plus 7. She was like, that was the third student that she had, 6 plus 7, where he had to take ticks and do 6 ticks and then 7 ticks and then add the ticks together. And I was like, what?
Wow.
You want to know some coffee?
New math.
You want to know some coffee? You said something, and I've been actually observing this for a long time. A lot of parents don't take child development in them early years seriously.
Yeah.
And they don't cultivate the proper playing where they build a confidence. They have an imagination. Having an imagination at a young age feeds that drive to problem solve, because it's no way you can solve any problems if you can't think outside of the box.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
And that's not nothing that is taught in the classroom or taught overnight. That's a cultivation of years of development in stage.
Yeah.
But I think that's it have a lot to do with the amount of distractions that we have access to nowadays.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? Before it was much more simplicity. Now it is complex as I don't know what. Even for adults, we are faced with so many distractions. So just imagine a small developing mind that is taking up information all day, every day. And if nobody's taking that time to be intentional and slow that child down, that baby don't have time to really like process properly the information that he or she needs in order for them to develop properly, you know? So it's the distractions, it's all the things that we're exposed to and we have access to. And it's not just the food, it's the company we keep, the technology, the environments we're in, the people we are constantly around, what we see on TV. It's so much that is programming that child. And we talked about it before, how children develop that first 7 years, their program really set into them. We talked about it. So I think that is very unfortunate, sad, and it hurts my heart dearly, because these kids they not even set up to fail. They just thrown out there.
Yeah, it's funny that you said that, because I was thinking about even the Reverend Jesse Jackson, may he rest peacefully, and also one of our authors, Chris Pratcher, and I'm not going to cry, but great friend of mine. He was one of our authors, and a great friend of my friend. His wife was in our great friends, been friends for many, many years. He passed away a couple of days ago, just after his birthday, man, like 40 something years young, passed away a few days ago. So just been a lot going on. But when I was thinking about Jesse Jackson, it was like when they said he time of death, it was on social media like 2 minutes later, seemed like. And I was like, did the man just die? Like, didn't he literally just die? And there was no time lapse at all. And it's just, like you said, Priya, it's right here, right now. It's like everything is so like right in your face. It's almost like suffocating in a sense.
Yeah. And
if there's no structure as far as the family life is concerned, then it is a lot of challenges. Like even now, I will intentionally not watch anything on a television outside of something educational for like a month on purpose.
Yeah.
Just to kind of detox myself from whatever, even if it's entertaining or not. I mean, I'm not really a heavy person. I watch medical stuff and cop stuff. I love solving stuff. Yeah. So, I watch stuff like that. I'm not watching anything crazy, a movie from time to time. And if I'm having a challenging day, I would turn on some kind of kid film. Like, I love Mario Brothers, Peaches. I love that movie, man. So, something like that, lighthearted. It's not anything heavy, but at the same time, it's just to just decompress and just walk away. Like
Yeah.
I will literally go for like a whole entire month and not even, I mean, literally I have to watch my educational stuff for sure so that I can make sure I'm doing what I need to do as far as from a professional standpoint and development standpoint. But other than that, man, it's crazy because like even now I watch parents, and I understand a child needs to have a voice. Don't ever get me twisted on that. I get that. I totally understand that. Every soul should have a voice, period, right? Regardless to their age or nothing. Every soul should have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
However, when a child literally comes home and tells you, I don't want to do my homework, so I'm not going to do it today.
Ain't no
I
way.
wish they would.
Ain't no way.
It's a difference in having a voice and being too
Defiant.
Defiant. Mm-hmm.
well, I don't even want to say defiant, because if you think about it, they're in their mind, they're not
being defiant because they're being allowed.
Well,
yeah, it's not defiant.
But you know what?
It that way.
I'm gonna tell you like this. They know what your expectations are. They know they don't fly. If they coming in and they present,
not if they coming in saying that's a regular thing. That's them being
correct.
Fluid in the way they, exist in their household. That's different. It's another thing I'll know, and they being defiant and they're saying, "Oh, I don't want to do my homework, so I'm not going to do it." But a child that don't have that structure or never had that structure and being that vocal about what they want to do and saying, "Yeah, I'm not going to do it," that's a different thing. They don't understand that it's a difference in you voicing your emotions and expressing yourself, but also understanding that this is the standard of the household. You have to do your part. I have to do my part.
Right. Accountability and responsibility.
In order for standards to got to be set, first
they have to be set. So homework is important in this house. You're gonna come here and do that homework. We ain't gonna even be talking about what I'm not gonna do.
Right. The accountability.
I ain't gonna do my homework. Well, you ain't gonna eat.
Well, I say that because my baby,
I ain't gonna feed you.
In this household, that's defined.
We have structure, and standards, and expectations in this house. But I know she do not like to do her learning. She's like, "Oh, mommy, I don't want to do learning today." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine. I understand you don't want to do it. We all have to do things we don't want to do. And that's one thing you have to do." So she don't understand that something she shouldn't express in that, magnitude. But she do understand that, okay, this is a part of it, I guess. But she feel better because she was able to express how she felt about it.
Right. And it's fine. Like I said, it's fine to have an expression, but for you to be definite and saying, I am just not going to do it. And then your parent goes alongside you and says, "Oh, okay. What?"
Yeah.
I'll say this.
That's not,
No.
it kind of coincides with the laziness that we are seeing as far as in the workforce.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, while the workforce is really under siege, truthfully, and it's more than just AI. They keep trying to blame it on AI, but it's a heck of a lot more than that. We can't even talk about all of it in 1 hour. You know what I mean? So, but when you think about somebody who comes to work, I am compensating you, and you sitting there playing on your phone for 2 hours. I'm paying you to play on your phone.
But you know
they ain't got the nerve to have an attitude when I say something to you.
I had a client today. I clearly told my client, I said, let me just say this to you. I said, are you planning on having a return on your investment? Oh, absolutely, Koffe. I wouldn't open this company if I wasn't. I said, so let me ask you, just for thrills and kicks. I said, do you notice that your employees, you got this one young lady, she's been sitting on, I've been over here helping you with all of your structure and all of your back officing and all this other kind of stuff, and helping you look at all your reports and yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. The whole time that I'm helping you do this girl is sitting on her phone. I said, you realize you just paid her for 2 hours to sit on her cell phone? And you said nothing. I know you saw her because you looked over at her a couple of times since we had this conversation. Well, I'm looking at your books, trying to, make sure that you're going to be profitable, positioned to be profitable. And I said, that's not going to position to be profitable. You're going to lose a lot of money because this one person sitting here is setting an example to everybody else that comes through that door to say, oh, she going to pay me or he's gonna pay me, and I don't really have to do any work. All I gotta do is sit here. Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
No.
You know what, Koffe? Also, I'm gonna say this. A lot of this has to deal with certain ideology that has been transferred through certain generations. Anybody that's a Gen X person like myself, Jason, Koffe, some of those things were not tolerated in our household growing up. Whether you were in a single parent household or a dual parent household.
Mm-hmm.
So some of that stuff, and I talk to kids all the time about this. Kids who don't have structures, don't follow instructions, become adults who do the same thing.
Yeah.
And they just transfer it. They are the ones who cause problems on jobs. They have issues with socialization. And that's a big thing in the job force now. People don't know how to interact and socialize with each other properly. You have bosses have no kind of approach when they're talking to their staff.
They have none.
They are horrible, man. How they just because you have a position does not mean that you are a
leader.
A leader. No, not a leader, but a tyrant over someone.
Yeah.
You're just a leader.
They're not.
You don't know. Listen to the word lead. You're not leading. What you're doing is pushing and directing. Lead means by example. What are you doing to show me an example? Or I'll take it back, Koffe. You've heard this. Show me an exemplar of how I'm supposed to act.
Right. I hadn't heard that term in a minute.
See these words, and this that people use to make themselves sound intelligent, but you really show that you really don't even understand what you're saying because your actions show it. And it transfers to these kids. That's why certain things you have to be present and involved in your household. If you didn't do it at a certain time when you were supposed to, hey, it's time for you to be a parent. Dupree, what did you say you was doing today? You was what? Mommying, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you said? Okay, once you get to a certain point, those are the certain areas you just move gracefully into that next phase of your life. It ain't about you, especially when you got what you call them, Jason? Little people.
Tiny humans.
Little humans.
Tiny humans. It's not about you. When they get into the word, it is your obligation to do right by them. To sacrifice, to give.
That though, it's deeper than that. People are not even thinking about, like, people consciousness is so far removed that they're not thinking about what you just said, how it's not about you no more, because it is about Dupree. It's always going to be about Dupree, because if she's not good, I'm not good for my kids. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. But that comes from me reaching down deep in my bag of intentionality and what I desire to experience in this lifetime. So me having my 3 children, a part of me having the life that I desire requires me to be the mom that's going to raise little kids to grow and develop into major, powerful adults one day. So these people that are having children where the children are lacking things, they're just not being intentional enough. They're not being in a present moment. They're not being focused on the things that's necessary for right now in order for tomorrow to be better, for next week to be better. Everybody is just microwave, social media.
But that's the thing. It is about them. And that's what I say. It has to be a balance. That stuff has to be checked, man. Yes, it's about you. But guess what? What you give now, what you don't give now, guess what? You're not going to be the same. So let's just see if that same intentionality later, when the roles is reversed, because guess what? You start crawling, guess what? You're going to end up crawling eventually again. Let's just see if they have that same intentionality and treat.
I'm going to have a cane. I'm not crawling. But go ahead.
And something I noticed when raising my children, you know how you're being intentional on raising your children for the future. I want them to be, astounding citizens of, this world, when they become of age and they're out here in the workforce and all of that. But you have this standard in your house. You have to go to school. You need to make decent grades. I'm at the parent teacher conferences. I am showing you how you need to play a sport or be in a program, because that teaches you character, not just, there's a lesson in everything. But then you have those around you who, you telling your kids, hey, you can't be outside 10, 11 o'clock at night when you got school. You can't go and hang out and be smoking and drinking, but there's other parents who are just like, and now you the bad person because you trying to teach your kids how, how to structure their lives for the future. This is not just a today thing. We're not sitting in just the idea and the mindset that I'm teaching you just something about today. No, I'm preparing you for the future. That's what parenthood is.
Right.
But you have where we don't have villages anymore, because now it's, hey, your kids should be able to do whatever they want to do. Your kids should be able to live their own life. Like, who, what world are we living in? Because no.
It goes back to something you said earlier, Doctor. I'm sorry. Okay.
Doctor.
And I want to hear from Jason too. So he's been way too quiet.
He over there thinking. You see it.
With that approach,
I'm not thinking. I'm just enjoying the conversation, because some of y'all already know how I am. It's like both my parents are from the country, and basically they told you once, you was lucky if they told you twice. By the third time, you was about to get a realignment. I like cars, so we're going to use car terms. You was going to get a realignment. So my kids know I raise my kids the same way. They know if I get up or change position from where I am after I've asked you to do something, they're about to get a realignment. The fact that I had to get off the couch or move out of one room to another or whatever the case is, they're getting a realignment. And to this day, I got a 21-year-old and a 16-year-old. To this day, I get compliments on how they act. To this day. People talk about how well-mannered they are, and I told them they don't have a choice. They didn't have a choice.
That's right.
That's the thing. They give too many freedoms to these kids. I'm all for allowing them to express themselves, but there's a respectful way to express yourself. You're not going to tell me you're not going to do your homework and expect for me just to be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if you're sick, if you're not well, and you're probably not going to go to school tomorrow or something else. I get it, right? It's another thing when you come in with that attitude, like, I just don't feel like it, because that does not translate into the real world. I can't go to my job and just say, man, I don't feel like it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
What I'm gonna do? Throw my hands up like, what you gonna do? Man, come on. They escort me right on up out of there in some chrome bracelets.
Not even the chrome bracelets. They'll just say, it was a pleasure working with you. Hope you find gainful employment elsewhere.
I see we're no longer aligned in like where we're going with this.
Right. Yeah.
And
security is here.
Yeah.
Security is right.
They're walking you up out of there.
Right.
Yeah.
Not going to go back and forth with you. There's going to be some guys in badges that show up really soon, and they're going to escort you out. Yes.
Matter of fact, they're around the corner, and they'll be
right.
Matter of fact, they're right here now.
They're walking into the office. They're like, they're already going to have a problem with you.
In the office.
Mm-hmm. Right. Here, look, they're not even out. They used to be. Remember how back in the day when you were working like a corporate building and security be like 5-10 floors away? Now they got them 1-2 cubicles away.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you don't near have to these days because everybody crazy.
Yeah. You just never know. Never know.
Yeah.
Something I told my children when they were younger, especially in that first 7 years, I'm very intentional with their upbringing. But I prepare them, listen, we all have our things that we have to do, and we all have our own responsibilities. But we also have that one creative thing that we must nurture. Yeah. And you're willing to do the things that it takes for you to become a better version of yourself every day, you know what's going to happen? You're going to end up under a bridge. And I'm not going to take care of somebody who is not willing
to a bridge warrior.
Yeah. And I showed them and I told them, I'm like, listen, these things happen every day. And you don't want to be the person that it happened to, because I'm not going to do all this extra stuff when I have given you the structure, the guidance, the nurturing you need for you to show up for yourself in a comfortable and dependable space. Okay, in all the ways. So if you're not willing to show up for yourself, that's where you're going to be. And if you're not okay with doing what's necessary in this household, you can go out there and try it. You can go try it.
We're not coming to the bridge with y'all. We're not gonna be out there.
I'll be right here.
We're not gonna do
I'm gonna
bridge
be at
warriors.
home. I'm not coming out there.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
so
no bridge
I'll be the
warriors.
villain.
No
I'll
bridge
pass
warriors.
by and this is what you're gonna see. Beep beep. I love you.
So I'll be a villain. I'm okay with being a villain in anybody's life because the prayer is going to do what's necessary for me to show up in my fullness, my greatness, and have
Come
the
on,
life I
fullness.
like to have. I'm not gonna let nobody keep me from my greatness. I'm the only one that can keep me from
I
it.
definitely,
They talking about that. Don't let anybody
I'm
steal
definitely
your
without
smile. Don't let
a shadow of a doubt. I have no problem being.
I have no problem telling people I am a habitual line stepper.
I really
Habitual.
Yeah.
What we talking about?
Explain
You know
it.
what?
Explain it.
What we talking about?
Priya, you said something, and I was sitting here thinking about this. And when I say balance, and this is all the wonderful things you do, you know, you being showing up for your kids and doing different things with them. At the end of the day, what I found, and I know this works for me, is I have constant communication with my kids.
Yeah.
I leave the door open. And see, that's the key. Leave the door open where they don't have to walk on eggshells, where they will be open and come talk to you. So it has to be a fine line that you have to keep it there. Is it easy all the time? No, it's not, man. It's actually very hard. And it can be frustrating, but when they come and they can openly talk to you in a respectful manner and talk to you, well, you know, why do I have to do this? Why do I have to do that? I have no problem with that because that shows healthy disagreements, healthy communication.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what I think is so just important, man, that really keeps them in check because when he said it, I would never forget. I had a conversation with my dad when I was about 18. He took me outside on the back porch. He said, son, I am not going to always be here. I know I'm not always your favorite person, but dad talks to you and shows you these things so you will do it. Every day. I say this, I'm so thankful that he made me do that and I listen. Every day, man, because half the things that I could do and show up and be there for the boys and just be a better person all the way around to other people was due to him and my mom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I'm saying. When these parents don't show up for your kids like you really supposed to, man, you're hurting them. You are.
Big time.
And we're not talking about showing up in the aspect of, you know, I'm buying you Jordans. I am, you know, providing you with the Kurt Geiger bags. And we're not talking about that showing up because that's the way the generation feels like you're a good parent. That, you know, that exemplifies an outstanding parent because you go and buy your child $200, $300 shoes. But when you go to school, those grades look terrible. And they don't have any substance. They can't tell you what a story is. They don't know anything of their history. There is nothing there other than, hey, I look nice. Yeah. And now your child is in trouble because they grow up feeling entitled. I'm supposed to have these things, but they cannot work for those things because they have no intellectual capacity. They are not doing anything. They are not able to uphold or be in conversation. They don't have any respect for anybody else. They are not learning the tools to actually go out in the world and make it by themselves. Like they just don't have it.
Yeah.
They have no resource to pull from when they need it. And that comes from experience, spending time. Spending time don't always mean buying them everything they want. In fact, your actions and those conversations and the things you pour into them is more valuable than anything, and they'll remember that. Yeah, they may remember some $400 or $500 shoes you bought them, but that knowledge that you passed off, that option, that resource to address whatever situation that may come their way, man, that is priceless.
Priceless.
Koffe, you say this all the time. A lot of the how can I say, very fortunate people you may interact with, the knowledge they give you is priceless.
I agree.
Yeah,
So that's what we talking
I
about
agree.
when we show up. That's showing up. That's showing
that's
up and
showing up.
showing
Yeah.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Period. So let me ask you guys, what is your thought process as it pertains to the inciting of this war situation? I did notice that gas has already creeped up like about 50 cents a gallon right now.
Yeah.
I've been watching oil and
Yeah.
Jason, Aaron them, they've been trading oil since right before this war started, and they making a killing off of it, like stupid money.
I bet
Um,
they are.
yeah, they making a freaking killing, like literally. Um, but where are you guys at as far as what you've observed and what you've been keeping up with and how you guys are feeling about it? We'll start with you, Thibodeau.
How do I feel about it? I feel like we got an idiot in charge because he was determined to actually start something. And I don't like it when people contradict themselves all of the time. I mean, you got the Department of War, but you're saying that you're going to be the peace president. You changed the name of it, so basically you're projecting. You know what I mean? You're sitting here. You went and kidnapped the president or whatever he is of Venezuela.
Venezuela,
You went
yeah.
over here and did some bombing, and then you just turned your back and just walked off as if, haha, I did this and it's just going to fly. These people are not playing with you. And when I say you, I mean us as the United States, but leadership, right? These
Yeah.
ignorant people that are sitting here acting like they just walking around with a big stick and nobody else is going to hit back. I don't like ignorance, and I don't like people who try to bully other people because they feel that they can, especially if they're not going to throw hands themselves. So, when you got somebody who's going to say, hey, you go over there and do this, but you won't go over there and defend yourself as well, but you're going to send somebody else, your henchman and everything else. I have no respect for that. And the thing is that a lot of innocent people are going to die because of these people's ignorance and perceived power.
Yeah, matter of fact, they still had like several hundred, well, yeah, 100 and something children are missing.
Yeah,
that
they're
they
killing
still-
kids and disappearing
yeah,
kids and stuff. I don't like that. That's crazy.
yeah. And to me, like, it makes it way too personal when you go after somebody's children. Now, if
Correct.
it's supposed to be about a war, a real war, let's deal with the adults. Let's not go attack the children. You knew when you hit that bomb and you put it right there by they just dropped their children off at school. You knew exactly where you struck when you did that. You knew exactly.
Exactly.
And all
And then
now,
we're fighting on behalf of somebody else. We're not even fighting because we have a problem with these people
correct,
directly. We've
correct.
been lying on these people for 30, 40 years talking about nukes when they've proven that they didn't have them at the
Right,
time.
right.
And then the same thing with Saddam Hussein and some of these other people and Gaddafi and all of the rest of them. We're
Yeah,
sitting here making problems out of stuff, that didn't really have any issues because we just want control. At some point, every empire falls.
yeah,
So instead of focusing on ourselves and trying to get better and everything else, we're sitting here messing with everybody else's empire. And at some point, we're going to get so big, so bad to where we have to fall.
yeah.
It's inevitable. If you look throughout history, every empire is falling.
Very true. Go ahead, Debra.
I think that it is very unfortunate that some people's ego can get so inflated that they insert themselves into things that have nothing to do with you. America have bigger fish to fry. We've been having big fish to fry. We ain't got no grease. We don't have nothing to cook it. And for us to, well, not us, that man to go and stir the pot and do all these extra things that we did not ask for. Listen, we over here talking about inflation, food, water,
Right.
quality of life, and you're making the quality of life even more fearful. It's just really disappointing. And I also think that it's important for us as parents, every parent, to do more when it comes to protecting your child. I am not playing no type of games when it comes to my kids. They homeschool, and I don't really have like a huge support system. So I have to take all measurements to make sure that mine is secure, locked down, But it's only so much I can do when it comes to this type of situation. You just never know when that moment of something haywire, you know?
Yeah.
So it's very sad that we are what you call it, collateral, or
Can
we,
become collateral damage for
We
sure.
can
yeah,
become,
like we
yeah,
just
we can
here
become.
and we have to prepare ourselves because we don't really have protection. If you ask me, I don't feel like we have protection.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
No.
Because he never thinks anyway. He thinks nothing through. So we all just out here looking and waiting for the next time he feels that he's going to make a decision just off a whim, off the top of his head. And now we have to scramble to catch up to whatever he's doing because he thinks nothing through.
Who are these people that's in this circle with him, that's agreeing or like allowing him to feel like, yes, do that, or yeah, who's doing that? I need to know these people. Please.
Well, I think it was all, to be quite frank, I think it was all a game. I think it was all a big ploy, and it was a game because they know they know that his personality type, he would be the actual client. He would be.
He would be. They knew that. They knew that.
He wouldn't have no problem being the major clown. And because you think about it, this man, let's just be 100% real. If ever you kind of listen to him actually publicly speak, there is little to no personal infusion of what his real belief system is. It's almost like he's speaking on the behalf of somebody else outside of himself. So you don't really know him as an individual, unlike, like Clinton or Obama or Reagan or even one of the Bush fellas, as far as their ability to speak from an internal space. So everything that he talks about is some kind of external dialogue. There's no compass or no real infusion of him as an actual person into anything that he does, right? So you got to think about it. That means that he is a puppet on somebody else's string. So they're pulling the strings. He just happens to be the puppet, the major puppet, but he is definitely not the puppet master.
But I just wonder, because I know these other countries do not respect him. They don't take him. They don't take America serious, right?
You can't.
Would you?
No, of course not. Of course not. But that's my point. That's my point. It's like, that's my point exactly. It's like America is a freaking show, and they're watching from the background, from the outside.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It's a sugar honey iced tea show. Go ahead, Thibodeau. I mean, no, Vincent. I know Vincent was going, but go ahead, Thibodeau. You can ready to say something.
No, I didn't realize my mic was muted. I was just saying the same thing that Doctor was saying. It's like, would you? Would you respect us?
Give me the news. I got a bad case. Oh, I'm sorry. I had my Tourette. Sorry.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's rough out here, and that's why parenting needs to go. We need this village. We need, the people back in alignment with, hey, taking parenting seriously. This is not a time to just allow your children to do and think however they feel because they have the right to do and think, because it's getting to the point where they're going to get caught up and what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And we need to seriously take our post and position as parents to another level, back to when your grandmother was raising you, because I don't know how we even got to this space. I don't even know where it became a thing that, hey, we just allowing our children to do whatever they want to do and feel so entitled.
On this, though. I mean, let's tell the truth, because a lot of this is on our generation. I'm telling you why I say that.
Which generation are you speaking of?
Y'all generation.
Not a Gen X. No.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what it was.
Our generation was the generation that actually pulled out from traditionalism, in that we were the ones that were the rebels and the ones, I'm not going to work, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to go out here and create this, I'm going to create my own business, I'm not working for you, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. everything literally went haywire when the baby boomers had babies. When the baby boomers had babies, which is us,
Yeah.
we were like, I'm not taking it. And then when I have my kids, they're not going to have to do this. And I'm not going to make them do that and yada, yada, yada. So our generation are literally the ones that started it. Now, we didn't think it was going to get out of control like it did, of course. I don't think that was the intention.
It's out of control.
The intention was just to have a level of freedom and a level of liberation is what the goal was. However, it got out of control real quick, because if I say, I'm gonna make sure my kids have what I didn't have, yada, 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 that's a problem right there. Just that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the wrong kind of mindset. Just that thing. I'm gonna make sure my kids are. Now, what do you mean? What, you know, and when you sit down and you really process it, what is it that we were really missing? I mean, let's just think about it for real.
Right.
I remember when we went to school one day, somebody told us we was poor, right? Now, mind you, we didn't know nothing. What you mean poor? I got clothes, I got my own bed, we live in a nice house. My mom and daddy are both at home when I get home. We have a home cooked meal every day. Me and all my 7 siblings came from the same mom and same daddy. How are we poor?
Makes sense to me.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So their version of what you know, wealth and riches was all predicated on something tangible, and they had nothing intangible, because all y'all little baby kids is at our house. All y'all little bad kids at our house. So we poor. Why your kids over here?
Thank you.
You know what? You're right.
If we don't have nothing, all y'all kids come play with us. Why y'all kids in our backyard and want to be at our house? Oh, we going to the Adams house. Miss Adams, they outside, they got their ball, they playing catch, and they going Well, why
because your house had lights on in it while they was over there at their house trying to get all
LOVE.
Yeah, and
they
didn't have that at home.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, so, and you know, so like that just trickled down to people. Because if somebody tell you that, now you believe it. You know, oh, I'm poor. Oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. But then we stop looking at what it is that we do have and saying to ourselves, little is much in the right hands. If it's in the right hands, it's a whole lot. If it's in the wrong hands, that's when there's a deficit showing up. But I never once seen myself or my siblings with our spine touching our back.
Yeah.
I don't think none of us was ever hungry.
Listen.
I don't think nobody was ever without a bed. You know, it was 8 of us, and somebody was like, well, it's 8 of y'all. We live in a 6-bed house. I mean, come on, man. Everybody's sleeping in the same bed. And I never wore my siblings' clothes. So you because I don't have what you think I should have, or because my parents only have this amount of income, quote unquote, that doesn't deplete poverty. That just depicts the fact that we have a certain amount of resources that we have to stay within the confines of. I said, but like my dad is like one of the richest people in the world. He don't have no debts, and he's blind, completely blind.
Yes.
My father has no debts. He paid his house off. He paid his church off. He paid his vehicles off. He literally has no debts, and he literally has life insurance with all 99,000 of his grandkids got some kind of piece of life insurance. And my dad got 50-something grandkids, at least. All from his wife and his 8 children that all came from the same people.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
that's
you know,
rich. That's rich.
It is rich.
That's rich.
That's wealth right there.
Yes, that is the definition of rich. Now, it wasn't a perfect scenario. I'm not saying my household was perfect, that I have this, you know, we have some issues and challenges. Yes. At the end of the day, though, when you look at the bigger picture, when you look at the big picture and you start putting all the puzzle pieces together, and you sit there and you put your life's puzzle pieces together, you say, you know what? Yes, I had this experience, that adversity, that opposition, but at the end of the day, I am still a high-functioning human being. I can choose whatever path I want to choose and become whatever it is I decide I want to be, period. And I can't make an excuse to say because my mama didn't do this or my daddy didn't do that or the dog didn't or the what. None of those things are relevant to what I'm deciding today. None of it's relevant. And so that's the bigger picture thinking that at the end of the day, when the dust settles and the smoke clears, the fact remains this: we have to be responsible and accountable for our decisions and the way that we do things and how we do them, and to understand the impact of those that are coming behind us. I was teaching an event this past weekend, and what did I say? Legacy is for what I am taking, what I am leaving behind. No, what's behind me. What's behind me. Destiny is the fact that I'm headed in a specific direction, but the real legacy is the generation that's behind us. My clientele is not me. My clientele is not somebody in my age group. My clientele is somebody that's behind me that needs somebody to pour into them, to nurture them, to help cultivate them, to help develop them, to help make sure that those defects don't lead to dysfunction over time. Because you can have a defect, but the challenge is letting it lead to dysfunction. And that's what we don't want to see.
Really quick, I want to add, because my mom is in the comments. If y'all didn't know, that's my lovely mother. Okay, hello, listen.
We love your mama. She up here helping us out. Hello.
Yes, indeed. Okay.
I'm loving the comments. Hello, mother.
Hello, mother.
So my mother, both parents, they all own their homes still to this day in the country. They have homes, land, all the things. Her dad's side, my great-grandfather, he had a garden full of food, crops, everything. We ate from the garden. I didn't know what a grocery store was until I got older, a little older.
Right.
Because we got everything from the garden. That's rich.
Right.
That's
Period.
rich.
Period.
My mom's side, they have a church and they have a house, and still there, everything together. They will go to the corner store, grocery store, whatever, and they get to get their stuff on credit because, you know, everybody knew the family. That's rich.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right.
No, it may not be cookie cutter perfect the way you feel like it should be or whatever. And we have fruits on the trees and we used to climb the trees and get all the things. You know what I mean? That's rich.
And get in trouble when you saw somebody else have the fruit that you want, and because you don't have that fruit at your house, you go over there and grab a little something.
And if you didn't pay up,
Did you just take that? Right?
Yeah.
Take that. What's in your pockets then?
Yes. That's rich. But
Yes.
we have allowed all these new ways of doing things to rob us of our riches.
Yes.
We think riches lie in the things that we wear, the places we get to experience, or the people and the rooms and things of that sort. But what you have as your basis, your foundation, that's your wealth. That's your riches right there. Being able to have electricity, a water well, not just water, a water well. We had that.
Yeah.
We had that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We didn't understand that. I didn't understand
That fresh well water, baby. I remember them days, baby.
Hello?
That water
You're
was good.
You're rich.
That water was good.
Now we over here paying for the things that we need to survive, and I don't like it. I don't
Period.
like it.
Period.
It's not working out for me. I'm not.
This is poor.
I'm not on board with it. I'm not on board with this.
This is poor.
Listen, I was saying that about this weekend. I said they had the audacity to call something organic, and my daddy was the one growing it. I need my daddy's money. What?
mm-hmm.
You did say that.
Man. Listen, I was like, hold a second now. My daddy was growing the garden a long time ago. Like before I even came in the planet, he was in the garden. So I need my daddy's money.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm trying to get more land now.
We had
I'm moving to the
oil.
country.
We had oil. We had our animals and everything. When I saw my grandfather slaughter a pig, I lost it. That was my first time experiencing it. But we had the chickens. We still have them. And my uncle come down here and get some of these eggs. You know what I mean? That's rich.
That is rich for real. Yeah, my dad's godfather, man. I remember catching him one night skinning a rabbit downstairs. I'm like, what is going on? And then his wife, like the next day, she in there she didn't put the thing in some vinegar to get the gaminess out of it.
It's about to stew. It's about to be stew.
girl. She stewed the rest of it. So this is what's for them. The devil is a liar. I'm not eating that. Give me some
Maybe they
vegetables and
eat
rice.
coon and everything else. Some coon.
Man,
What?
I'm not eating that. When I seen that, man, listen, my daddy was like, "You not gonna eat no rabbit?" I said, "Man, just watch this dude skin the thing." Man, I had to be like 7 years old, Vince, and I was like, "What I'm not doing is eating what this man just curated himself. I'm not eating it. No thanks."
That's why.
That's what you thought.
That's why I do what I do
Oh,
with my boys, and I take them whether I teach them how to hunt, how to forage, how to do these different things because, like I said, this is how I grew up. Both my parents were from the country. My mom was from East Texas. My dad was from Louisiana, so I got a bit of the both of them. And my grandmother was an herbalist. I talk about her all the time. So all this stuff y'all talking, grew up, still do it. Like Jay said, I would love to get some more land. Would love it, and be very happy. Quickly do it. Because guess what? A lot, and like we were saying earlier, man, it's a lot of different aspects of things. That's why the way things are. So my question is this, Koffe. Since Gen X is the one that started it, I think Gen X is the one that's the only one that can fix it.
Yeah, can clean it up.
That's
I've been working on fixing it.
But it has to be a collective, and
clean it up.
And one good way to start with your own kids.
Yeah.
Remember, what doesn't mean right immediate. It could be 2 or 3 generations down. Those teachings and things and conversations, those sayings and stuff is passed down.
Yeah. Back.
And that sacrifice shows favor for them. It might not be for you, but it may work for that great grandson or great granddaughter down the way.
Back.
How many of y'all ever heard this? Those prayers and stuff and things that happened to you, that was your great grandmother.
Oh,
your grandparents.
Absolutely.
That went through some sacrifice that, man.
I was talking about that.
I truly believe that.
Yeah, I was talking about that about Timothy in the Bible. Like literally, there was when the epistles were written, he was like, "Hey man, the only reason why you're here is because your grandmother and your mom. Like seriously, that's the only reason why you are who you are today is because you had them doing what they did before you came along." But with that being said, we got like 30 seconds before we have to wrap it up.
Wow, it's already 9 o'clock.
Yes,
wow.
Dope session, man. We didn't even get a chance to get into the thick of
the study. We didn't get to the study.
Into the thick of
it. So good, man. So freaking awesome. I really, 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 am always grateful for you guys and being here. The show wouldn't be what it is without you guys. So I always appreciate you guys. Salute to each of you. Thank you for your presence and your personality and all of the things. I love it. I absolutely love it. Love the family and the community that we've cultivated over the years. So you guys make sure you tune in, tap in for the next edition of the P. Koffe Brown Show with your hostess, P. Koffe Brown. That is I, and this amazing panel of incredible thought leaders from doing what they do best, man, making things happen. So until next time, grace and peace, and we'll see you for another edition of the P. Koffe Brown Show. Peace.
Hi, it's your favorite natural goddess, Depria. I help women heal, grow, earn, all while becoming their version of her. And I want to be the first to welcome you to the Rich Goddess Universe.
With the power of AI, you can make your marketing come alive. Just with a few clicks of a button, you can turn a marketing campaign from good to great. Join us for the revolution. With artificial intelligence, let's make your marketing come to life. CEOKoffe.com.